thank you for joining this today's session, and we really appreciate for your time. And in today's session, the main agenda that we are going to cover is related to our sales team management, goals, and forecasting. We are going to conduct the session 5 of this series and session 4 of the functional series. And in this particular session, we are covering sales management module. And in the past, what we had covered the complete life cycle of the sales processes. It starts from the journal interaction with your audience, targeted, you can say, or targeted, or you can say the people who are contacting you, then lead conversion, then till the invoice generation. So we had gone through each and every process. Now there are some administration stuff that we are going to look into it, more related to the team management, as well as how the goals are going to be set it out, and how you can figure it out about the forecasting part, means how you can evaluate about your sales pipeline, as well as how the processes are going to interact with each other, so that you can see what's being happening and what's you are going to set up as a target and how you are seeing in the near future. So a little bit about the housekeeping stuff. There is one small disclaimer. We do not offer or recommend any online exam voucher, or you can say any kind of the deals. For the exam updates, we highly recommend you to check out Microsoft official website or updates, which normally comes with their official release. Okay, and again, really appreciate for your time and the cooperation for this session. If you have any question, you can let us know by question answer session, or you can simply type your questions by the time that we are having a conversation, or by we are covering any topic in the middle of the session. We will also ask you if you have any question or if you have any comment on it. Okay. And as I discussed earlier, we will talk about the sales team management part, as well as we will look into the goals management. That's a very comprehensive topic that we are going to cover in terms of forecasting. So we'll try to cover as much as possible that we are going to do it here. All of our content is up to date on OneDrive folder. So you can see our previously recorded session presentations on OneDrive, because in the OneDrive folder you will find only the presentation, but on YouTube channel you will find all of our previous sessions which we have recorded. So let's start with our demonstration. First part of the sales management, about the team, how the teams are normally set up here, and the goal part that we are going to look. And then once I will finish off this part, then I will request Mr. Wahaj to continue with another part, which is a very comprehensive one for the sales forecasting. So let me just switch my screen for particularly for that reason of this environment. Okay, so this environment that I'm just going to showcase you, just give me a confirmation if you can see my dashboard. Is it okay? You can place a thumbs up, you can say perfect. Now you can evaluate one more thing here. As soon as we are working on the goals management, as well as the target that we are going to set up here, you can see there are some targets are already set it up. So just for a high level, I'm just going to show you. Then we will jump into the section that how we are going to interact, or how you are going to configure specifically for the goal management. Then afterwards, we will take care for the forecasting part. So you can see this particular dashboard, which is showing you the allocated type of the goal, which is set it by myself or my manager, or you can say the group, that what I need to do. So I can see the revenue part, I can see by product, I can see the lead generation. So I can see overall here. So system is identifying, is telling me that how much percentage I have received or achieved, and how much percentage I have, you can say, actually, you can say achieve, as well as what should be the level as of today. So you can imagine it here that as of today, I should achieve by 88%, but eventually I am very less than 40%. So in the very high level instance that you can identify where you are standing. So that's the point number one, how you are going to do it in terms of the viewing the information about your achievement, about the, you can say, the confirmation of your sales as well as achievement. You can evaluate on your dashboard. So that's the point number one. Now, first, I want to show you how the team structure is there and how normally it works there. So for that one, what I need to do, I just need to navigate to another part, which we normally call it as a app settings. So you will find the app setting on your navigation is where you are just going to change the section. So first section that we are seeing here, sales. So it's a kind of all of the, you can say the operation that we are performing under the sales. Now we are going to jump to the administration point of view. So what I need to do, I just need to go to the app settings here. So in app settings, what system will show you all kind of the functionalities, all kind of the features that are available, and you can activate, deactivate, whatever you need to do it, you can do it here. So first part, I'm just wanted to show you the territories. So what we have done here, we have defined some sales territories here. So sales territory is just like a area that you are going to define. It's just like a combination of the segments that you are targeting. So first is related to the global. Let's say you can say global, or you can say main or head office. You can consider it here, and you can see who is the manager for that particular area. Then we have split it down more into further. So I can see it here. There is Asia, and there is a Middle East. So we have two different more sales territories here. So sales territory, it could be used for the teams that they are operating, as well as it is also linked with the customer also. So you can tag these information with your customer and the sales team there. So let's say you want to see the hierarchy, you can see it very easily. So from here, you can see what is the relationship between. So currently it's a very simplified one where we have two levels. One is the head office, second is the main, you can say, or sub or your child territory there. But it could be possible that you are going to have it very comprehensive way, that you are going to allocate based on the continent, based on the, you can say, the countries. Countries are defined under the region, and the countries have the city. So you can have a very comprehensive dimensions there. So you can put it there in a way that you can define the sales territories in this segment. Now we have also one more option, that this is a one kind of a definition that we have seen here. There is also one more option that you can see and you can evaluate. It's advanced level, where you are going to define the user. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click here now and see the advanced settings. So again, this kind of the functionality, it could be done by the super user, admin, or as well as the people who are having the access on this particular area. So same thing, you can see it here. You can see the sales territories, the same thing information that you are seeing here, but it's available in the classic interface also. So there are two interfaces that you are seeing it here. There is one classic interface, which is Microsoft. Again, it's upgrading on, you can say, after some time, that you will able to see the new version or new interface for that particular region. So it will be also upgraded. So same information that we are seeing it here, it will be available in this sections here. But there is some additional information that we are going to capture it here. We are going to capture in terms of security. So under the security, you can see some hierarchies. First is the business unit, which I defined at my early, you can say, sessions, where you can have the multiple segments here. So first part is the main organization that you are going to have it. So under that particular organization, might be you have a different origins or different regions. Regions are going to have the countries, cities, as well as the area of the city. So you can have the multiple level of the business units here. So business unit is a logical area where you are going to define the users over there. So you can see it here. There is a one organization, which is the, you can say, default one, means it's a based organization. Whatever you are putting the name, because we are using the trial instance, so that's why the name is coming in this way. But normally it comes with the name that you are using by the time that you are configuring your own instance. And inside this particular area, what we have defined the business unit. So these are the main business user where the user are going to sit it down. So let's take example of what are the people who are there in the my head office. So from here, what I can see the people who are listed. So this information is listed down for all of the users. So you can see all of the users are listed down here. Excuse me. So users means either these are the users who are having a levels over there, means who are going to have the accessibility from that point of view. So all of the users are configured on the base unit. Sorry. You can see also the business unit, the level of the business unit, same thing that you have seen on the previous. as well as the teams here. So inside the teams, you can see whatever the teams are available. So currently there is only one team, but if I'm going to drill down more, all owner team, or I need to change it in a different, what we got, the local business teams here. No, it's not showing me, but there should be some teams are available, because as soon as I'm creating the business unit, it should come up with the multiple team segment there. Now, there are also some of the more functionalities as we are going to cover in our rest of the session, that we will also cover these part, which is the facilities, equipment, and the resource group, which normally comes as a customer care. So this is how you can define all of the segments there. And these segments are going to be used inside our sales information. So how we are going to do it here. So first part is the team management, how you are going to define the team, plus how you are going to define the territory there. There is also one part which I wanted to show you about the team structure that we are going to have it. Sorry. Here we have the team structure. So every business unit will have a default team, but you can also add more up. You can add up more teams over there. So as soon as you have the teams, you can see the list of the members are coming up here. So these are the all members which are listed, or which are, you can say, the part of that particular team. So in this particular team, we have the service account, because the service account is going to be used for the interaction, for the integration with different apps, as well as the real user also. So you can see the real user who are having the access or the license to use it. So I'm just jumping here. So you can see these are the real accounts or real user. Rest of the people, or you can say the user, are tagged with the hash. So it means they are the service account. So just to highlight what is the difference here, and if I'm just going to click on any particular user, it will show me all of the information here. So this particular user is being used for the integration here. So TPS proxy service is only used for the proxy, you can say, processes over there. And also you can see the access model. So what type of access model is this? This is the non-interactive one. So non-interactive is used for the backend integration. So you will find two types of the users, or the sales people, or as well as the customer engagement people, who are having the access model. Either they have the interactive or non-interactive. So let's take an example. I'm just jumping to the real user, and you can evaluate from there. So I'm just going to search my name here. And now, if I'm just going to see the people here, how they are listed, and you can see read and write access mode I have. So there could be a possibility that you have the administrative, read write, non-interactive. Read write means I have the direct interaction. I can read the information, I can update the information, I can do whatever I need to do it. Okay. Administrative is just like for the management point of view. It's only for the management purpose. There is no interaction. There is no interaction with the transactions. So it's just like for the updating the customization, managing the users, publishing any solution. So that's only for the administrative point of view. Non-interactive, it's just like integration that we are going to set up here. Now, if I'm just going to see as a hierarchy how it looks like, so I'm just going to click here as a hierarchy. It will show me the whole structure here. So you can see, you can imagine there is a one administration, or there is a one, you can say, the people group of people are interacting. And here we have the group in way that the people are having the relationship there. So you can see the top is the manager, so, or you can say the chairman of that particular organization, and below is the people here. So you can see there is a manager of Adnan Jalees, and he is managing Salman. And similar way, you can see Wahaj, and under it, Wahaj is having the relationship with David, Kareem, and Kate. So these are the all users who are reporting to Wahaj. These are the all report who are reporting either to Salman or to Adnan. So these are the relationship that you can see and you can evaluate here. So this is the sales team structure that you can define. So first is the defining that relationship between the users. Then you have to define the sales directory. Once you are done, then we are going to jump into the here that how that particular user is going to access, or how the user is going to be assigned to the goals. Same thing is going to be applied in the forecasting, which Mr. Wahaj will showcase you how it works there. So this is hierarchy is very important to understand that everyone is going to have a association. So one person is a manager, another one, and then previous one, or you can say earlier one, has a manager or of the top one. So from the top to bottom, you will find a complete hierarchy over here. So you can see and you can evaluate further. If I'm just going to drill down, so I can see the complete hierarchy is coming up here. Okay, so that's the point number one that we have discussed about the sales management, how you can define the sales team and how you can define the territories over there. Now, second part, I'm just jumping here, that we are going to work on the goal management, how you are going to set up the goals, how you are going to set up the targets there. So what I'm going to do it here, for that one, I'm just going to jump to the sales module again. And from here, I can see there is a navigation is available about the performance. And under the performance, we have two areas. One is the goal, second one is the forecast. So I'm just going to cover the goals one. So goals are going to set up here that we are going to specify the targets to the relevant team or relevant user, or everyone is having the own set of the milestone that they have to cover. It could be configured based on the value amount, means the currency amount they are expecting, how much revenue they are expecting to generate. It could be based on number of, you can say, any kind of the counter that you are expecting, as well as the quantity in decimal. So there are three areas that we normally cover it here. Either you are going to set up the target based on the currency, based on the numbers. Numbers could be decimal or a whole number. So you can see the whole situation is coming up here. We have the goal set up there in way where we have set up the target. Target on what? I have targeted to generate the revenue part. Revenue means how much opportunities they have qualified, how many opportunities are in progress. So I can easily understand that here, this particular target that I have achieved till 37% as a, you can say, administrator. My target is 2.3 million dirhams that I have to generate, or you can say I have to grab the deals on it. And how much I have achieved till now? It is something around, you can say, 800,000. I have completed, but still in progress, I have 200,000 in progress. So till now, I have only achieved 37, but I have to mark it 2.3 million. So from here, I can easily identify how much percentage I have achieved. Even though it's also showing me some of the information related, means either the goal is open because this is related to the Q4, which is the current quarter that we are talking about, is FY 2021. And what is the metrics we have applied here? And system is also showing you the to and from date, when it is going to be applicable until what time it is going to apply. So it is showing you 1st of October is the starting date and 31st of December 2021 is the last day. So I can see it over here. Similar way, I have the option that where I can see some of the information related to the further details about, let's say, the products, number of product I sold out to the customer. So I can see that I was assigned to 500 products that I need to sell, means I need to sell out the number of the units for a specific product. So I can see the 500 was my target. Till now, I have achieved 22%. I sold out 111 quantities. Still, there are 31. So still, I am far behind my target. So I can easily evaluate from here. Same way, my manager, he assigned me that a lead qualification should be happen. And in this particular quarter, which is October till December, I was supposed to grab 75 leads. And leads should be captured and qualified. So up till now, I can see there are 15 are still in progress. Up till now, I have only achieved one. So that's the reason I can see that only one person have achieved approximately. So this is how you can specify the goals. You can see the goals evaluation here. Same thing you can see on the chart level. If I'm just going to click on the show chart, and you should able to see what is the percentage. You can see the same dashboard that chart which was available on the dashboard level. As of today, I was supposed to achieve 88%, but still I'm far away here. Same thing I can see in terms of the count. So count, it is showing me how much I have achieved. So it is showing me all of the goals plus how much actually I have received. And it is also showing me the information that till today, I should achieve this information, leader qualification. But overall, I have to reach till this target, which is something around 75. Yeah, 75, I have to achieve it there. So I can see it from here also. Same thing, I can do it from the money-wise also, means the revenue part I can also see. So I can see what was the target, what was you can say what was the minimum target and what is the stretch target. Stretch target means you are going to achieve something another milestones. So first target is to achieve this part, but I can see it here. There is no achievement happen in this regard. So easily I can identify that there is no performance happening. Means from my side, there is no sales is going to be generated. But on the other hand, I can see the admin, he is moving up. Similarly, I can see Wahaj is doing the second number. So I can see easily here how much is in the progress, how much is the actual as of today, how much is there. So I can see very easily the Wahaj, he should able to achieve around 750,000 revenue. He should achieve it there. But till now, he is at the level of 90,000. So easily I can identify from here on my chart there. Okay. Same thing, you can do it on the different value. Means you can see it here. What was the targeted and what was the actual one. So I can see based on it. The same information is coming up here. So I can see what is the you can say that as of today, it should be available and how much I have achieved. So I can see I am still far away. I have to achieve more. So these are the all reports that they are available, and system does its calculation automatically. So whatever the transaction is going to be happen, you can see. So let me just show you how it works here. So let me just do one thing. I'm just going to duplicate my tab and let me show you how it works on the background. So let's take example that there is a lead. Now I'm going to qualify the lead and we will see how it works on the background. So for that one, what I'm just going to do it, I'm just going to click on the lead and going to convert any of the lead as you can confirm. So let's take example, Leona. I'm just going to qualify. And as soon as I'm just going to click it here, options are available. So I'm just going to click qualify. So my achievement was there that I was supposed to complete 75 lead generation, qualified. Previously it was 1. Now what system should show me here, it should be recalculate here. So I have the option, either I can recalculate it manually, I have the option, or system will do it as soon as the day will going to be end. Within the 24 hours, system will recalculate all of the targets there. So let me just do it, recalculate manually. So you can see and you can evaluate. By default, it's going to happen here. So you can see my reduce down, it's happened 15 to 14 because I just qualified 1. And now we have the one more, you can say in actual. So now total achieved target is percentage wise 3% is achieved there. So that's the overall, you can see there's a high level information that I am receiving it here. I can evaluate it here. Now, how you are going to define it, the goals there. So let's take an example. I want to assign the similar goal of the lead qualification to Wahaj. So how I can do it here? I just need to click new on the goals. As a manager, I'm just going to assign him. So first thing, I'm just going to put some name of that goal. I'm just putting Wahaj Q4 2021 lead generation and qualification. I'm just going to put the name and qualification. Okay. Which metrics I'm going to assign. So the metrics are available. So metrics you can also define. I will also show you how you can do it. So I'm going to assign it the lead qualification. So I am just only targeting the count here. Even though I can also do it for the revenue part here, means how many opportunities are qualified or how many opportunities are won or lost, it will be done here. So for the time being, I'm just going to give him a lead qualification and I'm going to define the owner here. So for that one, I'm just going to select here and search for Wahaj's name here. Same thing you can do with the teams here. Not only for the user, you can also assign it as a team there. And the split is going to be happen. You can also define the parent-child relationship here. So there could be a main target and you can split it further down. Or there is a child target that you're going to put it there as a parent. So you can make a relationship here. Okay. Also, I'm just going to define what is the time duration, time period. I'm going to put it here. So I'm just putting in here the fiscal. It should be the based on the fiscal year or custom period. So as I know that this is something that I'm going to do as a quarterly basis, so I'm just going to put as a quarter. But if I have a custom date, I can put it in a custom date. And from there, I can specify from which date till what date I am just going to specify here. So let's take an example. I'm just going to put it here as a 1 month. So I'm just going to put it here that it should be from 1st of December till 31st of December. So there's a 1 month target that I'm going to set for Wahaj here. And how much target, I'm going to set it here. So let's take example. I'm just going to give him 23 leads. It should be generated. How much is the stretch target? Stretch target is you have achieved one milestone, and what is the above one? It's good to have it. Okay, there is a must to have it. Must to have it means at least 3% it should be achieved. But let's say if you have achieved a 23%, what is the next level he can achieve in between? So I'm just putting in 30. So it's mean the minimum target he should achieve 23, but stretch is the 30. Means good to have or is excellent to have it. If you have any child goal, you can also define it here. So once I am done, what I need to do, I just need to save the information. Now, what the system will do, it's going to assign the goal to Wahaj here. And it is going to assign the matrix, and here you can see that who is the manager of that particular goal. So it could be multi-departmental or it could be multi-section oriented areas also. Okay. Now, what I need to do, I need to see the evaluation based on the today's date, how much he have achieved there. So what I can do, I'm just coming up here in the actuals. You can see there is nothing is appearing here because the system will take some time to recalculate everything, or I can recalculate myself. So I'm just going to click on the recalculate. So system will go on the background. It will start popping up the information. So I can see it here that there were 2 in progress. 1 is actually received. So 4% is already achieved it there as of today. So as soon as Wahaj is going to be create any lead or he's going to qualify, system automatically count its performance there. And also you can see some of the main area where you can see the goal, how the goal is going to be set up here. So you can see the roll up from the child record. So let's say if you want to extract information from the child one, you can also do it if there's a child parent relationship is there. And what is the record set for roll up means it's based on the owner or based on some of the values that it is there. Means it should be any criteria. So I'm just putting it in the owner wise. Owner wise means Wahaj is the owner, so Wahaj his record should appear. But Wahaj's information, his the you can say he's having the teams there. So all of our you can say the targets I'm not going to achieve it there. Okay. Now there are also options that where you can see the participating record. It will show me all of the information. Means how I want to see the drill down information that what are the participant record, which means how the system is calculating in progress. So from here I can see the lead. Means there were 2 leads which are assigned or which are you can say generated from Wahaj. And what was the actual one? So I can see it over here also. So as soon as actually is there, so I will see it here because the currently is showing me all. So let me just do it here with the all. So because it's showing me, it was not showing me the completed one, so I can see it here. I'm just putting the all, and I can see the qualified for me. So it's me. This is one. It's completely over. Same thing. I can go, and from here, what I need to do, I need to see the revenue part, how it works there. So for that particular one, what I need to do, I'm just going to open the revenue goal, means where I'm expecting that there should be a sales should be generated here. And it is based on the Q4. It is showing me the time period here, is a quarterly base. And let's say I wanted to see what was the target. So target is already set here. Now that particular target is not stretched, even though you can also do it. If I'm just going to put it here, the stretched one, it normally comes here that if the target is coming up here because in the goal, because stretch one, we normally define it there under the metrics here. So it is not stretched. So it means that the main target is to achieve this amount. And how much is the values are coming up from the different expert here. So participating code, I'm just putting here the actual. I wanted to see the in progress one. So from here, I can see it here. There is a one only you can say in progress opportunity. Still he's working on it. So still he's yet to close it. You can see it here. Similar way, if I'm just going to see my own record, I can see it very easily. And from here, let me just open it here, the admin part, which is the assigned to admin, or let's say to the sales manager. And from here, if I'm just going to see how much was the targeted, so I can see it here, the target was 2.3 million. And from here, if I'm just going to put it here as actual, I can see it here. How much actually it was converted means opportunity closed by this number, total overall within this particular time frame. How much percentage I have achieved and how much is in progress here. Same thing I can do. I can go in the participating record and I can see all of the information. So these are the all actual one, and these are the amounts are coming up here based on the revenue part. Same thing I can do it here with the in progress. I can see whatever the opportunities are still open and still we are working on it. Okay. So this is the first part we have covered as the goal there. Now, how you are going to configure? So to configure it here, so let me just take you for that part here. You are going to configure the chart here. To set up the goal here, how you can do, you just need to click here on the app setting again. And from here, you are going to see some of the information which is related to the goal settings here. So first part is the goal setting, where you can see it here about till when the goal should be ended here. So I'm just putting it at 30 days. So means till the date end is going to be happen, next 30 days should be open. So might be possible there are some old transactions they are going to come in, and there's new updates that are happening. So 30 days, I'm just going to put it at the threshold. Minimum, I can put 24 hours as a roll-up recurring frequency, means when the system should automatically update or recalculate my goals there. So minimum is 24, but you can expand more. I mean, let's say you want to schedule the job after, you can say 2 days, 3 days, you can do it. But minimum you can do it as a 24 hours. Now you have the goals here. How the goals are defined here. So again, the goals which we have seen the earlier screen, where we are just going to create the goal and we are going to assign to the goal owner with the target, and we are just going to set up the duration, which is the fiscal year, or let's say the custom date, we are going to put it there. Now, what is the metrics here? How it is going to define it here? So first is the metrics that you have to define. Either it's a kind of a definition that you are going to set here, how you are going to calculate. So to define any goal, you need to set up the metrics here. So metrics is like a combination that you are working on it. So let's take example how the metrics is defined under the revenue part here. Means based on the opportunity status, how they are, and they have defined there. So first part is the name of the metrics here. The type of the metrics are this amount, count, or a decimal here. So you can see it here, the numbers here. Roller field system have also defined here how this is going to be defined. You can see it here. There are 2 values that we are going to cover. Also the custom one, you can do it your own. Let's say if you are not going to use the system one, you want to have your own, you can do it. Currently you have the actual, in progress, and the custom one. Custom, it could be anything that you are going to target there. So actual, how it is going to define. So if I'm just going to open it here, what is the actual definition? So actual definition is whenever you have the opportunity with the status won, so it means that's the actual calculation should be committed here. So from here, I can see here the opportunity, it is targeted to the won. And when the date is going to be commit here, means at what time it should commit. So I'm just putting here at the time of the closure date. So at the time of the closure date, it should include at that particular time frame. So might be possible the activity was or opportunity was open 1 month ago or 6 months ago, and now today is going to be closed. So it means it's going to be included in this duration, mean in this custom duration or a fiscal year quarter duration here. Okay. Same thing. If I wanted to see what's the in progress one, I can see it from here. I'm just going to open up here what's being happening in the in progress. So from here, I can see the opportunity is still open, and what is the estimated closure date when we are targeting that this opportunity should be closed. So this is my in progress state here. So this is a very simplified definition that you can define here. Same thing if I'm just going to see how it works with the count here. So let me show the count one. And in this particular one, what we can do, let me just open the lead qualification. Let's take example. And then in the lead qualification that I want to see the number of count again. And from here, I'm just going to define it here, the roll-up field, where you can see the actual is when the lead is qualified. In progress is when the lead is open. And when it should be happen, it should be created on. And the qualification, it should be done on the time of the modification. Or if you have any custom field that you can also specify it here. So that's the simplest formulation you can do it from here. Now, let's say you want to define a new one. You can also do. Let's take example that you have the lead, you have the account, let's say created, new account created. So how you can define, and I will take only 5 minutes to wrap up my discussion. So I'm just going to create a new one, new specification. For that one, what I need to do, I just need to go back on my matrices here. And from here, I'm just going to define here. Now, I want to see how many accounts are registered here within this particular time frame. So I'm just putting here customer registration. I'm just going to put in this way, customer registration. Okay. Now we have the matrix type, either it's amount or count, which I explained. I'm just putting in here the count. That I only want to see the count, how many new customers are registered in my profile. And here I'm just going to put it as a stretch, means there should be a minimum and there should be maximum value that I'm going to put it here. Once I'm done, what I need to do, I just need to define the roller field. So before I'm going to define any roller field, I would require to save this information. And from here, I'm going to define it there, some values here. So in this particular process, I have only the account is created, means the customer is created here in my database. So I have only one target. So for that one, I'm just going to put it here as a new roller field. And from here, I'm just going to select actual. So I'm just going to define the account is created. Even though if you have a process that account has some milestones or there are some phases it should be achieved before converting to the account, you can do it. But I'm just going to define that the account is created as an actual one. Entity I need to select. So from here, this is a complete list of the entities are available. And these entities also you can apply for the custom entities also. Mean goal is not specific for the system, but you can also apply for the custom one also. So account, I'm going to select it here. And what is the option here? So I want to see the active. Status is active. And what should be the date calculation here? So from here, I'm just going to put it here that when they were created on. So once I'm done, I just need to save it. So my definition is completed now. So now in this particular scenario, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to assign this target to one of my team member here. Either I can do it for myself or I can assign it to someone else. So let's take example that I'm just going to assign to myself. So how I'm going to do it here, I'm just going to come here again on the goals. And from here, I'm just going to see the account one. And I'm just going to create account here as the account milestones, account or customer registration. Customer reg for Q4. I'm just going to put as a complete. And I just need to put the name also for me. So just to see the differentiation. And I'm just going to put the matrix here. So from here, you can see it start appearing it here. If it is doesn't, you just need to click here again on the lookup. It should be available here. So I'm just going to put it here, account registration here. Who is the goal owner? I'm just going to put the goal owner here. And here I'm just going to specify the name of the person. So once I'm done, I just need to go in the timeline. So I'm just putting here as a time period should be the quarter. I'm just going to target the 3 months here. And what is the targeted value? So target value is I'm just putting here that there should be at least 10 new customers. And the stretch one is the 15. At least I'm just putting the 50% more to achieve within this goal. Within this, you can set time duration here. So once I'm done, I just need to save it here. Now, as soon as I'm going to register a new account or I'm doing any activity in terms of the lead qualification, new opportunity creation, which is going to result in a way that the account is going to be registered, system will start calculating there. But overall, I just wanted to see, okay, what's being happened in my system as of now. So what I can do, I just need to click here on the recalculate. So it will help me. It is going to show me the information here. So you can see there was actual 10 accounts I have created. So it's mean I already achieved my target there because the 10 accounts were registered here. So if I wanted to see a cross check, I can do it here. So I'm just clicking here on the account participating. You can say records. I should be able to see. You can see these are all 10 accounts are registered here. Same way I can see, I can do one more thing. I can change the target here. So let's take example. I'm going to put the minimum target is 15. And I'm just going to put 25 as a upper slot there. Once I'm done, I can recalculate here. And now if I'm just going to see my actuals, I should be able to see. Now you can see there was only 10 again. Now I have reached till 67% of my target here. So this is how you can specify and you can see. And now if I'm just jumping directly to the goals here, it will start appearing on my screen here. So currently it's showing me all of the participants as well as mine. But let's say if as an end user or a salesperson, I should only able to see my target. So this is what it's already defined. You just need to define it there. Okay, who is going to see what type of information. So now from here, you can see it here, this particular goals which we have listed. Yes, this is the one. You can see it's coming up here in this way. So if I want to see my chart, I can see it from here also. So now my chart is going to be changed. So let's take an example. Instead of this one, I'm just going to see my goal only. So my active goals. So it should list down my record only because I can see, because I'm using the admin account, so I should be able to see it here. And now I want to see the percentage wise. So you can see one more element here, which is here, the customer registration. I achieve most of them, but as of now, because today is the 21st of December, and after 9 days or 10 days, my quarter is going to be ended. So till now, I should able to achieve 89%, but system is saying that I should achieve as of now, but till now I have achieved 67%. So this is how you can see and evaluate what's being happening in my system. Okay, so any question? Silence? Everyone is slept? Big silence. No appreciation, no thumbs up, nothing. I can see there's some question which was raised. Wahaj, you already answered him. Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. So I think Wahaj, you can continue from here, and we will take care how it works.
Yes, I will. Just 1 second. I'll just start from this part, right? Okay. Let me share my screen and
Yes.
we'll straight away start. Okay, guys. So once you see my screen, please let me know.
Yes, we can see.
Great. Okay, fine. Let me go to the presentation and say, okay, guys. So you can see my presentation now, right? Okay. So the sales forecast, which is part of Dynamics 365 sales module. Okay, so what is a forecast? You might already know it's something that you need to forecast in the future, right? Any numbers or any sales, revenues, demand, that is something is a forecast is. So next, like who needs the forecast, especially in terms of sales, because we are going through the sales session. So let's focus on that. So let's assume you are a salesperson, and as a salesperson, you have opportunity pipeline, and that we discussed it in an earlier session, like how pipeline works. You will have it in different stages. Some will be, about to close, some will be in process, some just came in and you don't know if these are something you're gonna get it matured or not. So to understand this and analyze this or track this, you can use the sales forecast. So what it will do, it will show you, uh, it will help you to understand. For example, if you create your targets as it now shows you the goals based on your quarters or months or any other fiscal period, you can track the forecast also based on that. You can map your upcoming revenue into different categories and understand if you are going to make it as per your targets or not. Okay. Similarly, the managers can track the progress of their team and then review the forecast and see how the quarterly revenue or the yearly or bi-yearly or monthly revenue is gonna come into the picture. And they might have some quota also based on the targets. They can track the progress. Similarly, the directors on a macro level, they can see and predict sales and the team's performance, and they can plan the next quarter's budget and things like that. So so there are basically four type of forecasts or models you can create inside of Dynamics 365 sales. The number one is known as hierarchy based. So hierarchy is something you can define your forecast on a particular hierarchy. For example, in the goals you saw, Adnan manages a particular team, and there's a hierarchy on that. One person reports to another person. So based on that, you can create forecasts, for example, for a particular team, for a particular business unit, and so on. Territory based hierarchies are actually based on the sales territories. So your accounts, if they are configured in different territories based on the regions or business services, you can do that also. The third type is the product base. If you want to forecast on a product level, like how I'm doing in the mobile phones, uh, how I'm gonna get the revenue on my services, or on a particular product, let's say iPhone series or iPhone 13 series, or on a particular SKU, you can do that. The You can have this functionality like based on the families, also product families, or to an individual family also. And then custom, you can, if you do not like any of these models, you can design a similar model as per your needs. Okay, so I guess instead of going into the, direct theories, I would like you to show you the forecast so that you can understand it better. Before I show you any setup or anything, I'll show you in the sales uh, hub app or sales enterprise or professional app. You will see on your sales, you will see the forecast under performance right next to goals. So once I click on the forecasts, it should show me any configured forecasts for a particular fiscal or period, or a time period. You see on the right side, right now I have only one fiscal period, which is this current quarter, and it tells me the 10 days are left. Then there is only one forecast which is configured here. It show me myself, and I have like all of these guys are under me. They report to me. This is a hierarchy based forecast, and I can see in different stages, or you could say pipeline, or yeah, stages, how my forecast looks like. For example, in the total, if I see, I have $416,000 coming in, or forecasted, or expected to come in this particular quarter. And then there are particular, drill down to that, which says, okay, committed it's this much, and this is the pipe in the pipeline, this amount is in omitted. Maybe they decided and then they said, no, no, let's leave and then if there is any quota that I can define, I can show you the gap also here. So like the quota means the targets actually. Okay, so this is very simple. I'll just take you through the setup, and then I will explain you all of the features that we have inside this forecast. Okay, so configure the forecast, you have to go to the settings here, which is here, app settings, which I've already opened in this tab for a purpose, because I can show you immediately the impacts also. So once you go to this particular uh, app settings, you will see on the left side under performance management, there is forecast configuration. First time this won't be enabled, you have to enable it. Once it, or it depends on your license type also, or tenant type also. So if it is enabled, you can see there are four options. You can choose to create a forecast based on a model, or you can start from scratch, right? So for our example, let's start with the org chart forecast first, which is depending on the user's teams hierarchy. It will be depending on the hierarchy. So once I click on it, okay, we need to give it a name. Let's say my, uh, or I'll pick my name, was team Q4. Okay, so this is for quarter 4. Okay, what is my basic or the base entity which I'm going to use for the forecast? So in this particular example, I will choose the opportunity because I have the data in the opportunity, but you can of course go ahead and choose any of the entities available in the system. It could be sales orders, for example. You are in a business where opportunities doesn't make sense, and you do all of your business through sales orders. Maybe in that case, you can take it from the sales orders, right? So you can just type in order and you will get the order. Similarly, you can choose. I mean, if you have any custom entity or you have your business is based on field services, you can work order and so on. So it depends. I mean, on your business scenario. For this is particular session, let's stick to the opportunities because that is something we are aware with, right? We know about. Okay. Next is the hierarchy entity. This was the entity from which we will get the data. If I go back here, not this one, this one. Okay. If I go to opportunities, I'll just give you a simple example. Just 1 second. It's loading. Just give it a minute. Okay. So we decided like we are going to go, take the our estimated revenue or the forecast will take from the opportunities. If I go, there is a out of the box view here which says for opportunities forecast. Yeah, opportunities forecast view. So you can see that this lists all the opportunities, the estimated revenue, the actual revenue, and the status of it. And then I can understand, okay, this is my data set from which I will generate my forecast. So and furthermore, in an opportunity, you can see there is a field called forecast category, and this depends and updates based on my statuses, stages, or I can choose it on my understanding also. I can manually also input these. So these two important fields are there which we are going to use in the forecast. Okay. So here you see I choose as the data set, my basic entity is going to be opportunity. I'm going to use the data from opportunity. That's one thing. Second, how I will define the hierarchy. Hierarchy is required. You cannot skip this part. So which means I'm going to show the opportunities on a user level or on a business unit level or a sales territory level. That is something I'm going to choose here because we chose the template based on hierarchy. So we need to select this field. So what we'll do, I will take the user because that is something which makes more sense. But you can see there are any hierarchy which is available. For example, there could be account based hierarchies also, there could be business units, then you can define territory based hierarchies. But for this example, let's stick to the user. And just to show you, so it makes more sense for you, I'll grab this screen quickly. So these 3%, as is assume, report to myself. Okay, and this is my team, and I want to create forecast based on this hierarchy. Okay, if I go here, and I think Adnan also actually showed you this part in a different manner, but just to make it more clear for you. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Okay, so just I wanted to show you like these guys report to me, and I'm part of the main business unit. I have not defined any further category for this particular demo because uh, it will make it more complex. So I have 3% reporting to me. Based on that, I'm going to forecast my whole quarter. So I choose that this is will be based on the user. Now which field represents the hierarchy of the user? Because if I go back to opportunity, there are multiple user fields. If you see, I have an owner which is also a user field, right? Then if I see in the details, I'm not sure it's shown on the form, but there are users like created on who created this opportunity. That means this particular opportunity was created by me, but then I assigned it to Molly in my team, let's say. So these both users are different. Then there is modified by also. So there could be any custom user field also. So Microsoft gives you flexibility to choose whatever field you want to use as a hierarchy. So for this example, again, the owner makes more sense because I assign, or in my scenario, I track the ownership of a salesperson based on the this field. Okay. Next is the type of the hierarchy. Oh, sorry, top of the hierarchy. So who will be the on the top of the hierarchy? In the user's example, this is for example myself or a CEO or my manager or the director. Or in terms of let's say if we're creating a forecast based on products, we can select which is the top products. Let's say we've created the families. We have coffee machines. Under coffee machines, we have different brands. We can do it on a brand level, on a specific product, depending on the scenario. So for this example, I'm going to choose myself that I'm going to be on the top of the hierarchy, and it will quickly show us the preview here. so we can understand it better. Okay, you can see this is I'm on top of the hierarchy, and then these three poor guys, they report to me. Okay. Okay, then we are going to select the view which represents all the fields that we are going to use in the forecast calculation. As I showed you here, if I go back, wait, okay, these, to me it makes more sense to use this view because all of the fields that I might use are available inside the view. But I can choose any view. I can create another view, custom view. I can add my custom fields. Let's say we capture some more information or revenue related information at separate field, we can include that also. So yeah, I choose this view, and then it's the scheduling, like it will be forecast for what period. So I can select that period. It could be quarterly, it could be monthly, and then you can select the actual start of the forecast. For this example, I'll stick with the forecast for this quarter, which is Q4. But if I want to, I can just toggle this to advanced scheduling, and I can select different dates or based on the different calendars also. Because in some organizations or regions, the fiscal period does not start from Jan to December. In some regions, it goes, I guess, from the June to July, or something like that. So it depends. So you can tweak it based on your fiscal periods. So okay, first step was to just to define the name, again, the basic entity, the hierarchy, the field of the hierarchy, and next is that we're gonna decide on the permissions, who this particular forecast can view or edit. So for now, I'm gonna understand like no additional security roles. This is for me. If I want, I can select a particular security role, and I can say just the account managers or sales reps or sales managers or chief executives can see this particular forecast. Or if I want, I can say, okay, all security roles can read this forecast. That depends. I mean, again, upon your requirements. Okay, so the next thing is there is a sharing option in the forecast. If I go back to the forecast now, I want to show you this actually in the actual perspective so you can understand how we can tweak this. So you can see this is a share. For example, one of my managers want to see this particular forecast, so I can click on share. I can specify a team member, a user or team, and I can share with them, and then they can, based on our settings here, they can adjust it if they want to. For example, this none means you can't share it at all. You can't share it. If I say read only, you can share it with the selected persons or teams you want to, but this will be read only for them. They cannot modify any data inside this forecast. But if you want them to read and just, you can select this option. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just keep it for now. Read only, maybe. Yeah. Okay, click next. Okay, the third stage is a layout, which will allow you to select the fields you want to see in your forecast, plus how you want to calculate them. Okay, so let's see, for example, quota is something is known as, I told you, the target. Let's say I have given myself a target of 200,000. I'll take this example. Let's say my quota is 200,000. That means my manager has asked me to bring in 200,000 of dollars into this in this quarter, and for all of my other three salesperson, they have $100,000 each as a quota. Okay, or target. So here I can choose if I want to show it, because in some scenarios I might not track a performance against target or quota, so I can uncheck it if I don't want to show it. If we can add it. Okay, then do you want to show the forecast and how the forecast will be calculated? We'll just see it in a minute. Then do you want to see one? These are all the forecast categories. Okay, now one important thing, we said that we will be uh, calculating, or you could say we'll use the forecast category option set that we saw here in the opportunities for to track our or to generate our forecast, this particular option set. Let's say if you do not want to use this, you have another option set or a drop down. Okay, you can use that also. It could be your custom. You can use a stage like this, qualified, develop, and propose. That is up to you. But by default or out of the box, system has configured as forecast category. We can add more options in this also based depending on our business. So if I want to, I can change this. Once I change it, will ask me to choose which. It will only show me all the, or this will actually show me all the drop downs available in the opportunity. And I can, if I want to, I can choose one of these. Okay. But for now, let's stick with the forecast category. And one more thing, by default, I believe there is a out of the box process or workflow that maps this data with the forecast. If you are choosing any custom option set, we need to configure that also. But I will not cover that in this particular uh, session because we have not gone through any workflows or Power Automate flows. So we'll skip for now. Okay, I want to see one. How much is the one committed? Yes. Best case, yes. Pipeline. Do you want to see loss? No. I also want to see omitted because I use this particular. See, okay. I also want to see how much I'm far from my quota, and there is a ratio also if I want to. Okay. Now, interesting thing. I can choose how this field will show or how this field will get data. And now I'll show you how rollup works, right? So this is also something like that. It rolls up the data for you, but not necessarily. Why? Let's say for me, when I go to forecast and click on this small gear icon, I can first of all rename it. I can say prediction, right? If I want to, and anything if I want to, and then I can select the type of this particular forecast field. I could say it's a calculated field. If I select roll up, that means it's gonna take the data from any child entities. It's gonna sum up any, any of the values based on based on some aggregation, and then fill this particular field. But if I want, I can have a simple field also, anything like a number or something if it is available in our entity, or we can also choose for one field from the hierarchy. For now, let's stick with the calculated, and we'll see how it is calculating the. Okay, great. I'll just cancel it just to show you one thing. On the if I click on the one, you see this is a roll up field. This is not calculated. So what does it do? It it actually takes the actual revenue from our opportunity based on the state field and sums it up for you. It is using a aggregation to show us this data. But for forecast, we are using a calculation. We say committed plus one means forecast. This is our forecast, right? But if you want to, we can add another field here and we can sum these three values. We'll see it in a bit. Okay. Next is this particular field. Can it be adjusted? I'll show you how you can adjust it. And do you want to show progress compared to quota? We can also like this. You see this particular bar shows this is 75%, right? Something like that. If I uncheck it, it won't show it here. And allow adjustment, this pencil or edit icon will go. So no one can override. So in the forecast, you can also override if needed. So let's say, depending on my scenario, I say, okay, this is committed, okay, uh, and this is forecasted, but I want to, let's say, for some reason, I want to replace this value, let's say, with 400,000 as an example. I can do that. And this could be because of any reason, because I this shows you like this has been, you have adjusted this. Maybe some of the opportunities are still not on the system, or there is some rounding errors or something. If I want, if it is enabled for adjustment, we can do that. Okay. Okay, I'll just move next now because rest of the fields will have similar settings. The only thing for the quota we need to understand is this is something we need to manually input, because this is a target that has to be input using an Excel file, which we'll see this. Okay. Next thing we see, if we want to filter out any of the data for forecast, we can do that. Similarly, as you've seen in the roll up queries, you can go ahead and add a filter. You can choose fields from opportunities, any related entities, apply any criteria. This will filter out those particular records if you want to. But for this example, I'm going to skip this. This is simple, just filter. Okay. Next is also very important. Now the drill down. How I want to drill down once, let's say we have 200,000 committed sales. I want to drill down and see the opportunities which makes those 200,000. So I can drill based on different entities, for example, based on drill by option down by option set, or drill down by account. For now, this is our customer. So for this example, let's stick to the account, and we'll modify this to see it how we can also drill down by option set also. I'll click next. Okay. Okay, in the advanced, this is just to hide the parent, because there is another parent row which will show you, it will show you like a duplicate like we see in any grand total thing, right? If you want to, you can hide or show this depending upon your uh, you know yeah, scenario. If there are multiple currencies, if you work in a multi-currency environment, you can enable this, and this will give you a drop down in the forecast to see the impact in the multi-currency. And in this particular view, if you want, because user can interact with it, if you want any some kind of manipulations, or you want to enhance the user experience, you can add a JavaScript library here to play with the controls, or add some restrictions, things like that. For example, people cannot adjust more than, let's say, $50,000 or $5,000, things like that. You can do that, but again, that's not part or scope of this particular session. Okay, I click next. The last stage is to just activate this one. So I'll click and go ahead on the activate. This will take a while and create a forecast for me, but this will be, you could say, is in progress right now. So in a minute or two, it should just go to the from the in progress to active. Till then, let's just quickly go through these two examples that just finish quickly. So product based forecast, the same thing. Let's say anything from my opportunity line, I want to sum all the products, or see the forecast from them. I can do that. I can select, as you can see, my basic entities gonna be opportunity line. Hierarchy will be based on the product, and I can select a particular product based on the hierarchy, and then rest of the things will be similar. The only thing you see, your perspective changes, right? Okay, I'm going to close this one. I'm not going to create this. Similarly, for the territory, you can go through the territory. You can choose a particular territory on the top, and then you can see the forecast based on a territory. And last one, Microsoft gives you flexibility. If you want to create any custom template or forecast other than the which are not part of these nets, you can do that. You can use any custom entities, custom fields, and define on your own forecast types. That's also possible. Okay, so this one, the one we created, Wahaj team, is active now, right? So once I go here, or I'll just switch to the forecast, and you could see I have now Wahaj teams Q4. Okay. Okay, now we can see this is my forecast, similar data, right? 416. This is based on the my teams, right? They have different, in some are in pipeline. If I want to see how many committed opportunities are there, I can see it like this. This is drill down, right? If I want to, I can expand it. This is a bigger view. I can collapse it. I can change the forecast category on the go. If I want to in real time, I can do that. For instance, let's say this makes more sense that this is for now omitted. So as soon as I click on omitted, this will, you see, it changed from this part to, it went to omitted, and my now total forecast is just 150,000. Okay. There is another interesting view here which is called Kanban view. Once you click on that, you could see these all of your opportunities or forecast in buckets based on your forecast category, right? You can go ahead, and if you want, similarly, instead of changing it from the drop down, you can, for example, I can move it back towards best case, and it will update in a minute, right? Just like that. So it's very easy to do that. So your sales manager or as a salesperson, you can play with your forecast and understand how you are doing. You can see the quota is still empty. So if we want to, we can add that. That is very simple. I can go ahead back in the forecast configuration. I can edit it. I will just go to the last step. Okay, I can change anything I want to, accept the basics. You need to deactivate it first. If I close it here, If you want to change, you can go ahead and simply deactivate. But if you only want to update the quota, that is not something required. So what the Microsoft will do is once you click on it, it will give you a simple format to fill the data. Okay, here we go. Okay, I say for myself the quota is 150,000. For these champs, 100,000. For this one, 100,000. It's one less, right? Yeah. And this guy just 50,000. Okay, this 500 or 50. Sorry, my bad. This is fine. Okay. Okay, fine. So what I will do now is just save it, and I downloaded it already. Just 1 second. Yep. Okay, I will just simply drag and drop here. You can also browse if you want to. It will just start uploading the template. It will do the processing, and we can just click finish. It will do this stuff in the background. Okay. And I go back here, and you can see I can click on the recalculate data. Once it is, it will again say like the refresh happens in the background, so it will ask you to wait for it, or you can continue. For example, this one is he said the forecast recalculation is finished. I can click on refresh page, and my quota is there now, right? The quota is already added, and now I can see the progress. So I can say, yeah, this doesn't make sense. This is just 15,000. I can fix it quickly if I want to. I can re-upload. I think I needed to add actually, guys, sorry. Yeah, now I can understand it better. So I'll add one more zeros everywhere. This is fine. This is also fine. I'm okay. Actually, let's make it one more because the targets, the actuals are high. That's fine. Okay, I can again go back. Simply edit, go to the last stage, grab my sheet, upload, processing, and it's gonna work like this. Okay, other than this, let's see. I want to, if I want to, I can, as I showed you, we can go ahead and update anything we want to. For example, I can simply deactivate it. So this won't show in the forecast anymore. I can go and edit. Okay, I can go here, and let's say I want to add another drill down, right? I can do that. I can say add drill down. I also want to see it based on the forecast category. Okay, this one. Okay, I can name it anything if I want to. I can do that. Also, I think it makes more sense as per our business that the forecast means one plus committed plus we can say best case maybe. So what we can do is I can simply go back here in the layout. I can say forecast. I can say plus, sorry, 1 second. Committed plus one. Sorry, I can go to the layout, cancel. I will go to the best case. I can copy this name, and I guess it's gonna work. Yes. Okay, I will click on the forecast. I will say plus. I'm not sure if the field name is the same. Let's see. Okay, sorry guys. So to get the field name, we can simply go to here, and this is called best case, right? So I can't put the space won't work, I'm sure. So I can say also please add best case. Okay, now I can, this is just description just for my understanding. I can update if I want to. I say next. This is gonna save it. I go to the last step and I say finish, and I can reactivate if I want to. I can copy it and so on. So this will, just update it based on the data we have entered. So yeah, I think that's all for I think today's session. We can go ahead and create any, if you want to, we can create a product based or territory based forecast also, but it works in a similar manner. So I think we should conclude. And if you have any questions, we can just go on, or I can continue with the rest of the presentation, right? So the demonstration is done, and this is the take home for today. And but before that, yeah, I think today we did not hear any question, right? So if there is anything you need to ask, you need to understand, please let us know.
Yes, Uzair, you have a question.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, thank you so much for giving me a chance to ask the question. I would ask quickly, first of all, can you please again repeat the process of drill down? What is drill down? And moreover, if you can show me the screen
Yes, I can
of
do that.
forecast.
Okay, so the drill down means once I click on this particular data, right, I can see the, sorry, I think I've deactivated it. That's why it's not show. So let's make a quick clone. I'll just activate it quickly because it's deactivated. Yes, yes, that makes sense. Okay, activate forecast. This is gonna take a while. Till then, I'll just explain you. Okay, okay, sorry. So you wanted to see how we did it, right? That part also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the layout, drill down section, you will see the drill down. So this will allow you to, well, let's say you, as we see, there are multiple forecast categories here. This is one committed. You want to see what's there in the committed. Once I click on that, you see it shows me the opportunities which are, sorry, click on the shows table. You see the opportunities which make up this committed amount. You see? So that means the drill down. I can have multiple drill downs. Right now we've only configured on the account level. So it shows me on a best case, these opportunities are participating. If I want to, I can add more drill downs also. So that's how, I mean, this is just to understand which data is part of which for which type of forecast. So this will help you to understand, right? So if this is already, let me see, activated, one of these. Yes, this one is active. Okay, I'll show you because I think we added multiple categories there. Yeah. So you see on the drill down section, I can do it stage wise also. If I click on the stage, click on any of this. Wait, what's happening here? Stage wise, okay. Count wise, it's not refreshing, I think.
Yeah, better to just control F5 the page.
Yeah, I think it's not
Then stuck somewhere.
refreshing. It should work. Drill down by account. If I click on it, okay. No, I think there's some issue, maybe. So in short, if I go to a dashboard here, just to give you an example. So drill down is similar, will work in the similar manner. Once you click, for example, you say the lead by source, you have two records. If I click on that, you can drill down based on a field, right? I can say, okay, this was based on lead source. I want to see it based on the, let's say, anything like topic or something. I can, and I want to see it as a, bar chart. I can see the actual data behind this particular aggregation. So same thing it will work here. So that's how it all will work. So you can choose the fields which will help you to drill down further. So I think there's some issue. It's not refreshing, I guess. That's it. So I hope it answers your question, or otherwise we can cover it later once it's working.
Yeah, sure. And one more question that when you were
Yeah.
making the forecast, so in the calculation you just mentioned committed plus one. What was that?
Mhm. Okay. So you see all of these columns. This is quota. This is one committed, right? So these values are coming through some logic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the way to define how you will define committed, right? Let's imagine this is your business says committed means something based on a calculation. So you can do that. If I go back here, I'll just add it quickly. Okay. sorry, the layout. So these are all the fields you see there, right? So we can say like, okay, the committed ones are based on a roll up, which means you take all the opportunities, sum their estimated revenue, and make committed amount. Okay, this is one kind of calculation. So what, or one kind of aggregation. So what it does, it takes all the opportunities related to my team, sum their amount, and show it here, right? That's one way. The other way is based on a calculation. So if I go to the forecast, you see this, the type is calculated. So what does it do? It takes any of these fields or any of the fields from the opportunity and do a basic calculation. So we can do that also. So what we're doing is we take the committed, which is this one, we take committed plus it will plus the amount like 150,000 plus we say 1. It will add the one amount in this, which is 0, and then plus the best case 26637, and that is the total we get here as a forecast. We can do another kind of calculation, for example multiply by it 0.75. That means whatever is the total, just take the 75% of it as a forecast. That could be also one example. So we can do a roll up based field, we can do a calculated field, or we can take any normal field from opportunity and use that data here. Okay, you know, this is
Right.
this data comes from the multiple records, so there should be some logic, either roll up or calculation. Something will be there.
Yeah, just to add one point here, Wahaj,
Yeah.
that the sales pipeline that we are seeing it here actually it comes from the opportunity because we tag the opportunity here.
Yes. Yes.
And in the opportunity, we have one option set where we normally identify and we put the criteria. Means either this opportunity is a committed phase or is a just like omitted or there is in proposal. You can see if you can open any opportunity,
Yeah, you can
you'll be
see it
able to
here,
see
right?
some in the
Which
pipeline.
stage it is,
Yeah, these are
which
the
category
stages.
it is.
So forecast category comes normally from this particular area and where we have defined the field. So let's say it is going to be calculate all the pipeline opportunities which have the option set value pipeline. Similar way for the omitted one. Same way for the committed
Same with
and
that.
other
Yeah.
aspect.
So it will sum up all the opportunities based on this forecast category, whatever criteria will define. So these are, you could say, different fields in here. So we say one means you take all the opportunities and you apply you take the data from actual revenue, right? You know, in the
Yes.
last one of the session we saw, once we mark the opportunity as one, the we capture the actual revenue, right? So that means that is the actual sales, so we can do that. This makes more sense because it is one, or these are the actuals, you could say. But for this field, best case, I am choosing based on a roll up. If needed, I can do that. I can select the criteria, I can update it, and then based on that, it will choose it. But for forecast, definitely it makes more sense to be a calculation. You it and it can change it based on business, as said. Well, I have seen these businesses where they calculate everything and they add a factor just to, let's say, if it were 100,000, they consider 75,000 should be the forecast, because there will be loss and uh, discounts, and depending on that the actual revenue, 25% is the trend to go down, so they do that. So that depends on it, the business, totally depends on the business. So it's configurable,
Right.
I mean. Yeah.
So, Sir Fahad, I have one more question. I hope
Yeah.
you would not be offended.
No, 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 not
Uh,
at all.
yeah. So, because we are seeing the data which is coming from opportunity,
Yeah.
so I am confused. What does it? I mean, for example, the opportunity is lost, and what is opportunity is omitted? What is the
Hmm.
major difference?
Okay, I'll show you. Wait, I'll show you. Uh, let's do it this way. I'll take you to the opportunities view.
Just let me just answer
Yeah,
this
yeah,
in a
please.
quick manner. Then you can in the meanwhile you can also show it.
Sure.
Actually, lost one is let's say you have lost the deal completely. You have lost it. So that's the you can status you have. Either you have lost it, you have won it, or still is in progress, or you can say it's at open stage. But omitted
Yeah.
means we are just putting in here that we don't want to calculate the opportunity amount in our target. there could be a possibility that you have a long list of the sales pipeline, and under it you have some recurring business, and you don't want to put it there as a regular, you can say, revenue or revenue incoming sales. So in that particular scenario, we want to calculate, but in a different segment. So normally put it here as the omitted one. So where we are just putting here it's omitted, it's not a regular one. So that's the only difference comes here.
Yeah, so you this in the as Nan rightly said, this is our opportunity forecast view. You can see these are the stages we have defined for our forecast, right? So I can see these are the best two opportunities, the best cases. One is intermediate, multiple lost. So we started there. These were maybe some at some point of time. These were also committed or best case or in the pipeline, but during the phases, we lost this tail. So that's why we mark it as a lost, right? So if I export this data into Excel, you will understand it better. I'm just creating a quick pivot out of this. So we'd say this the we'll just check it based on the forecast category. Okay, and we'll see the estimated revenue and actual revenue, right? So similarly, this is some kind of view that we see in the forecast also, but in a different layout. So you can see we are getting this data, but what we see in the forecast, what we can do is we can control it further. We can say in the best case filter out all the opportunities assigned to Adnan, maybe, or from the territory Alain, I'm saying as an example, or as a and my calculation is my forecast calculation will be pipeline plus this, this would be possible, right? I can still, I also consider the pipeline, and I multiply it by 50%, and I say this is my this is going to be my forecast. So similar kind of things you can do in this particular section also. So based on the statuses, you take the data and then apply some calculations on top of it if needed. I think yeah, that answers your question. Still, please don't hesitate to ask. If you still don't understand, I will try to explain in a different way.
No, that's fine. We got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Okay.
could just want one clarification here. What is the difference comes here in the goals and the forecasting? Because there is a question, it can come into the mind that we have a goal management, we have the forecasting. So what's the major difference here? Actually,
Yeah.
what happened at the beginning, Microsoft, when the CRM it was introduced, it has a very basic functionality of putting up and setting up the targets. And then these targets are going to be monitored based on some values here. I mean, let's say how much sales revenue you have generated, how many you can say leads are converted, what is you can say regular customer service representative they are doing. So these are the all information that you are going to maintain as a just like a simple goal management, which is a very simplified one. And it normally comes with the one of the Dynamics 365 license here. Now, as you know, it's going to be adopted with the vast majority of the hierarchy or vast majority of the organization. So they have very complex requirement. So to overcome this requirement, so now Microsoft offers two types of the solutions here. One is the goal management, which comes with the Dynamics 365 sales professional version. But let's say if you have the enterprise or a premium version, you have the option to use the forecasting here. So forecasting is going to enable you. You can put any kind of type of the logic, means the maximum type of science you can apply there. Not only in particular for the revenue part or let's say the opportunity part, you can apply for other aspect. Let's say you want to apply for the marketing aspect. So let's say you want to see how much leads are going to be generated from the website, as well as the you can say the leads are generated from the email. What is the response time, how you are going to interact with the customer service, even for the field service. So you can apply the forecasting based on the historic information that you are going to have it, and plus you can put the segments there. So now it's a very configurable process. So you can put it there based on the hierarchy, means the territory, based on the product line, based on the organizational structure, or let's say if you are having your own mechanism to do the forecasting. Okay, I think it's just mixed, so you can say the
Yeah, and
clarification
one
why we
more
have the
thing,
goal
I
and the
guess
forecasting.
Yeah, in the forecast now, Microsoft is also adding some preview features related to AI-based forecasting. So that will be similar, but right now, as you see, we use some data to forecast. That will be we'll be using some AI models also there. So that will also
Exactly.
something that will segregate it from the goals.
True. True. True.
Okay, and yeah, okay. So
So I
yeah, let me go
think
further.
we can conclude the session. If we can have, if you don't
Yeah,
have any question, then we can conclude and we
yeah.
can see how we are progressing, what we
So
have
for take home
covered
for
today.
today, yep.
Yes.
We've covered this non-covered sales teams, goals management. I'll showed you how the forecast management works, and then uh, these are some links for learning. And this material will be definitely presentation will be available on the training camp folder. You can download and get the links from there. And again, the last question. So, is still some excitement left or all gone? So, yeah, and your
So we
feedback is
really appreciate
required.
if you can just scan this code and share the feedback with us and let us know what you have learned today. And if you have any question, you can also post it, and we will also answer those questions by the time that we are also you can having a next session, or let's say in between if we get time, then definitely we are going to respond back.
Okay.
Sounds perfect. And what we have in
Yeah,
upcoming sessions,
upcoming session.
next session we are going to cover the part 5, which is more related to the product management. Means how you are going to define the products, unit of measurement, price list, discount list. So what are the main areas or what are the main functionalities that we are going to cover in terms of the management of the product catalog? So these are the all segments that we are going to cover in the next session. And afterwards, during next week, we are going to cover some of the more detail about the organization structure. Some of the information we have already covered today's session, but we are going to do some in drill down. So how you're going to define the security rules, how you're going to define the access team, security
Security
profiles,
profiles and
means for the field
users.
level security profile, as well as the user management. So by that end of, you can say, the part 6, we will be able to complete all of the functional series for the sales management. Okay, so I think it's all done for today's. Really appreciate for your
Yeah.
time. And if you have any question, please feel free to let us know. And don't hesitate to ask questions. You can ask as many as questions, no problem at all. Even though you can also reach out to us individually or in the group forum, that wouldn't be an issue. Okay.
Okay. Perfect then.
Perfect, sir. So we can conclude in a good note, and hopefully we are going to see everyone in day after tomorrow session, and hope for the best. God bless you.
God bless you all.